Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nobody's Listening, the podcast that nobody's listening to. I don't even know why I welcomed anybody back. So, today is Nintendo's, and it's a little late again, but oh
My
my
body
god,
is ready.
oh my god.
Yeah, all of our bodies
In
are
my
ready.
opinion, Nintendo
Old
won
meme.
today.
They fucking...
I am more excited for the stuff I saw from Nintendo today than I have been for anything else.
See, I think here's the thing. I'm gonna state right off the bat. I know we have we usually go down the list and how things were announced / shown. However, I'm pretty sure I can guess what the main thing that got you was. Am I allowed to guess?
No.
No, but does that take stuff out
Okay,
of
fine.
things?
So, we started off pretty lackluster. It was just like a sizzle reel kind of thing, but they did show off Rocket League is coming to Switch, which is pretty cool. During that little sizzle
Which means you
reel.
can suck on the go.
Yeah. I can
Cross
suck on the
console.
go.
Cross console sucking.
So then they I think they started showing either Reggie came out and then they started showing trailers or vice versa.
Yeah. Reggie came out and did an intro, and then they
Yeah.
jumped right into the next thing that they
So
showed.
they showed off Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I've played a little bit of the
Which
first
looked
one.
awesome.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of the first one. It was pretty good. They've changed the art style and everything, but it looks pretty good. It's an RPG, JRPG for the Switch, and you can take it on the go. So that's something that
Yeah.
I'll probably look into. Overall, it looks great.
Which means no more getting into a giant boss fight and then having to leave halfway through it because you've got to go do something.
Right.
You're like, screw it, we're doing this, you know?
Yeah.
On the go.
Because I don't know. I'm gonna say because I don't know how many times I've been playing like Final Fantasy X or 15 or not even 15, like a turn-based RPG, and had to go. And it's like, no, I want to finish this boss, and I've gotten so far, and I try it like 4 or 5 times and get my ass handed to me.
Yeah, that's how most of them go.
And then we got to look at something brand new, and that was the Untitled Kirby game for Switch.
Ugh,
That looks.
I want it.
That looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
I hope it's.
First of
It
all,
looks like it's 4-player
it
co-op.
It is 4-player co-op. And then not only that, but you can combine powers. You can.
Wasn't
turn into
there?
a ball.
It was an old Kirby. It was an old Kirby game that you could combine powers to create new powers. Like I
Yeah.
remember combining the
Crystal-
sword with the
crystal
laser
shards.
to get the laser sword. Yeah, okay, that was what it was.
You could combine powers and abilities in 64, the crystal shards, and
Yeah.
then you could also do it in Squeak Squad for the DS, which was fucking cool because you could make a fire sword, a lightning sword, an ice sword. It was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Okay.
Oh, there's a little click
And
in
after-
there now.
And then after Kirby, what was it again?
Hang on, I'm actually scrolling through the video right now because I have a terrible memory. That was like 12 hours ago. Did I watch that?
Wasn't it
It
was it Metroid?
No.
No, okay, I know what it was. They went into just this random guy talking about stuff, and then he goes, and now we're gonna hand it. I'm glad everybody likes Switch. Now I'm gonna hand it over to this guy, and it's the guy from Pokemon, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, about the new Pokemon RPG.
I'm sitting there going, oh, okay. And then he goes, he's just talking about Pokken, and he's like, oh, by the way, we are developing a new main series game for Switch, and I was like, I was holding my child at the time, and I was like, yeah, and I like raised her into the air.
I think you didn't like go over.
Oh,
Um,
Lion King style, just like the ya, Spenya.
Yeah, kind of.
And she turns around and looks at you like, what are you fucking doing? Stop. Put me down.
The trailers were really good
Which-
too. Like they were very
4K.
like they weren't 4K. The Switch doesn't support 4K.
If only.
They were very like grab your attention kind of trailers. So then after we got that little bombshell, we got another little bombshell where it's just like that you're in space and you're seeing the shit, and then all of a sudden a 4, and I'm like, what the fuck 4? And then it goes dun dun. It like plays the music, and I was like, holy shit, a new Metroid Prime.
How could
game.
you?
I had
How
no
could you
idea
not
what it
tell
was.
from the lightning bolt?
I
Like the
didn't
little
s-
lightning bolt, I'm like, all right, it's a screw attack. It's a screw attack.
I didn't
It's
see the
Metroid.
little. I didn't see the little lightning bolt.
It was the background that the four fell upon.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice.
I
Yeah.
didn't either.
It's like an outline
see
of
it
the
now.
like
I
a
see
blue
it now.
outline. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was like,
though.
oh, Screw Attack, Metroid, cool.
Yeah, new Metroid Prime.
Holy fuck.
That's the one game I thought you'd be super excited about.
I am super excited.
Ouch. Damn it.
See, the thing is, I never actually completed all three of the other Metroid Primes, so eventually maybe we'll do it on the channel.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know, like at that point, just from that port, I was like, wow, everything everybody wanted on Switch is coming to Switch.
Nintendo finally listened.
And then we get this weird, like, at first I'm like, is this snipper clips again? Like, and then I see the Yoshi egg, and I'm like, ooh, another Yoshi game. And then I see Yoshi, and I'm like, why is he still made of, like, plush? But I guess it works in the, like, they just had Yarn Yoshi come out. It works, you know. It looks interesting.
What I wanted to see.
It reminds me a lot of Yoshi's Story.
I want to see more of that art style, like the old school kind of pastel graphics that they featured in Yoshi's Story, and kind of what was in the original Yoshi's Island.
You know what I'd like to see? A weirdly realistic Yoshi.
Oh God.
Like not
No.
Not
no.
like no. Listen to me. Like Super Smash Brothers Brawl graphics Yoshi.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I'd enjoy that.
Sounds disgusting.
Have you ever played Brawl?
He's not like realistic looking, but his textures are a little more like
Not cartoony.
on.
You can tell he's got like scales or whatever.
Not really. He
his
still looks
hide
like,
is.
he still looks really weird and shiny, but he's not. I don't
As-
know. He's not made of yarn. I guess is what I'm getting at.
I don't think he's made of
He-
yarn in this one either.
He's made of some sort of like plush material. He looks like a little plushie.
Yeah, Yoshi plushie. They're gonna put out amiibo for this shit too.
Probably.
Put out amiibos for anything.
And then
now.
they showed off Skyrim again for a second.
And Eiji Aonuma was like, "Oh,
Oh,
where's
no, they
Master
didn't.
Sword come from?"
Next, they showed off a game that I think you're going to be interested in, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Which I love Warriors games so much.
It looks
I want
really
this
good.
Fucking game so
I wish they
much.
would have shown off more gameplay.
Yeah, I think
I
what they were
like
doing is
Warriors games.
They were giving off a little bit of backstory for the actual game itself,
You
kind
know,
of like
you know what my favorite part of the trailer was?
what?
When those two people
What?
let their mom die.
That's awful.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
But yeah, they did. They let her die. Like, the dad was like, nope, she's going to die. Like, he had that planned.
Yeah, because he wanted to overthrow the kingdom, and now it's up to you to kill everyone from a universe.
I
to help you,
don't think that's actually what happened.
I guess. But still,
it's
Fire
not.
Emblem Warriors looks.
I didn't know
Good.
you could ride bears in Skyrim.
Oh my god, yeah. You ever seen the movie Skyrim Bear? Or Dova Bear? Called
You
Dova
can
Bear.
ride bears in Skyrim.
Apparently.
It took me a moment to process that.
But yeah, they showed it in the trailer. It's a guy
Yeah.
dressed as Link riding a fucking
riding a
bear.
fucking bear.
Can you imagine Link riding a bear though?
He's got all the armor from that other trailer that we saw the other day.
And then he's riding a bear.
Eh,
He's riding bareback.
go home, Wes.
Giggity.
Go home, Wes.
I'm just as much of this channel as you are.
No. And then they showed off the Breath of the Wild DLC, which looks pretty cool. The Trial of the Sword looks to be like find everything, like find.
Procure on site.
Yeah, you don't have any armor, you don't have any weapons. You gotta basically like get through it that way.
OSP. It's just like Metal Gear.
Except, I mean, I guess kind of to an extent.
Because you go in with nothing and you have
And then
to
they
get
show
your
off
own
some of the
shit.
new like armor and things coming to the game. There was Majora's Mask, a Korok mask.
Which, we didn't all know about that already.
They're also getting a Skyward Sword through Amiibo,
Cool.
tunic and stuff.
Sweet.
There's also going to be I think Twilight Princess as well.
Yeah. The Midna's mask.
Yeah, Midna's mask is in there. Here, we'll
Midna's
skip.
mask.
Oh, Tingle outfit.
The spirit armor from Spirit Tracks.
Oh, and yeah, that's the Guardian.
And this looks pretty cool.
Oh, and
Fuck that weapon.
the second DLC looks interesting to me, but I'm not entirely sure because it's called the Champion's Ballad, and it's the Zelda theme. First of all, uh, second of all, it shows off all the champions from the game, which I didn't know they were champions. That spoiled something for the game for me because I played it. But
What if you have to fight them?
I don't know. It looks like you get to control them and be them,
That's pretty cool either way.
but I'm not completely sure. Nate, are you still with us?
What?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening.
Okay. And then they showed off new amiibo for Zelda, which are pretty cool. We'll get more. We'll get back to amiibo here in a little bit because I just saw some other ones that I didn't know about earlier. They talk about the Splatoon thing that they're going to be doing.
The invitationals
The
for all their
invitational.
multiplayer.
I'm so excited for Splatoon 2.
I know, right?
Splatoon when it came out for the Wii U was one of the
Best
one of the
games.
first games I got for it, and I played it.
You have it still?
No, I had to sell my Wii U, but I would play it like all the time. There was a point where I stopped playing my PS4 just to play Splatoon. Granted, there were some things wrong with it, i.e., the
So
matchmaking and such. Like, it was a
Keep cutting out.
no, he's fine.
fantastic game.
And then they showed that Rabbids Mario game, which for people who are into the tactical, like those kind of RPGs, that's cool. It's a weird mix for me.
Oh God!
What? What are you oh-godding?
Oh, look, Trevor
We're in the
joined the
midst of
party.
recording.
That's whatever.
Oh, should I leave?
Whatever, man. You're here now. We're just talking about the Nintendo thing.
Yeah,
Oh
do you wanna
shit,
change
are you
it?
guys in the middle of your podcast?
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Ooh! Dude, well, come on, that's got to be like the coolest surprise sign-on ever.
Especially because mine.
Yes.
I don't get the notifications that people join my party until like a second later. So you talked and then like it went boo-doo-doo-doo and you joined the party. Anyway, so the Rabbids Mario game, like to me, it doesn't look stupid, but it's just not something I think I'm gonna be playing.
Unless.
Well, the Raven Rabbits has always been. I shouldn't say interesting because it's not interesting, but I love seeing them because it's just funny to watch.
They're like
You know what I mean?
They're like the Minions. I don't
like
care.
they lost ideas on what to do for Rayman, so they just did that,
And then they
made spin-offs, and we're like, this is it. This is Rayman now.
and then they talked
This is
about
Raven now.
and then they talked about pause that for a moment. No, okay. And then they talked about Rocket League for a minute, just saying, "Hey, look, it's coming to Switch. It's going to be cross-platform, and there's special items
Mario hat, Luigi
specific-
hat.
specifically for the
Yeah.
Nintendo console,
Which is
which
pretty cool.
I'll then suck on the go." And then we get this weird trailer. It starts out weird. There's like grass and like stuff. You're like, "What's going on here?" And then the screen starts shaking, and a fucking T-Rex walks by, and you're like, "What the hell? What the hell is this?"
Yeah, the first thing that came to my mind, and Trevor will hate me for this, is I was like, they're bringing Ark to the Switch.
Yeah, we actually talked about that today. Yeah, I was like, "What the hell is a dinosaur?" And then it like zooms in on the
and then
dinosaurs,
fucking Mario pops out of it.
and it's got the Mario hat on top, and Mario pops out of the T-Rex, and you're like, "What just happened?" And it's accompanied by this beautiful musical number. First of all,
Oh my god, yeah.
couple more screenshots of Mario going about, like
Doing his thing.
showing new things off that happen. Apparently, Mario's outfit is customizable.
I like that he has a sombrero.
The game looks amazing. Like the graphics,
Holy shit.
it runs on Unreal 4.
It looks fun.
God.
It looks fun. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it
it's
does.
definitely a game I'm gonna get.
It looks
when I
very
get a
fun.
Switch.
Yeah. So basically, what this trailer shows off is you can throw your hat around. Cool, right?
I like how he's got the American Mario outfit from NES. So
But then you can
But
then
then
you can possess them.
with anything the hat lands on, you can possess.
that is amazing.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. There's gonna be some sort of there's got to be some sort of
Gimmick.
like
Or
no, not
reasoning.
gimmick, but like limit to what you can do with that. I'm actually gonna take this
Like you
back.
start out doing Goombas and Koopas, and eventually you upgrade or get a power up that lets
No,
you do
there's-
Bonsai Bills.
There's
And...
gonna be things where you just can't possess certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this one part that I just noticed where Mario, it's like he's like scaling up a building, but he's 2D, kind of
8-bit.
Yeah, it's 2D 8-bit, and it kind of reminds me of the Link Between Worlds thing, where he's like part of the wall running around. That's strange. I'd like to see more about what that is. But then yeah, he throws the hat, it hits a frog. The frog grows a fucking mustache, and like Mario's the frog.
Mario's the frog.
Yeah, and then it shows off more of this where he possesses a Goomba,
It's weird how
a Hammer Brother, a Bullet Bill.
It's weird how he like breaks apart into blocks and then just disappears into them. He's also a lava bubble,
Yeah, lava bubble, some sort of robot thing, a random
a spark
spark
of
of
lightning,
electricity,
a cheap.
a fish, and then
He's eating dirt.
there's a screenshot which they used for the thumbnail of the video where he's got like this like oh my god look on his face, and I've been telling everybody that was my face when I saw the trailer. Like,
Just out of curiosity, have you guys moved on to the title that I was really excited to hear about?
uh,
I think you know which one that is, Chris.
that was for the PlayStation, I think, is the one you're talking about.
No. It was definitely for the Switch.
What one was it?
Was it Metroid?
I don't want to give it away. If
Was it Metroid?
no.
No. All right.
I will say that the trailer for Metroid, that 43-second, like, hey, look at the title of the game. Screw the guy in advertising that came up with that one.
Right.
Like, go back for a
Hate
second
you?
in the video. Because, well, not this part, but where it shows the
He's
girl on stage.
It's Pauline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
Anyway, actually, we're near the end of the trailer, so you can go ahead and talk about that, whatever it was.
Whatever it was,
Yeah.
the Pokemon main series title.
Oh yeah, man.
I
Um,
am so down for that.
I mean, all they said was it's in development and it could be a year or two before we, or
They said next year.
it could be over a year before we see it, is what he said.
I mean, take your time, Nintendo. Take your time.
Let's take-
Pokemon Company and Nintendo need to work real good.
Yeah, they've just
together on this one.
Game
Like,
And then we saw,
I really want it to be good.
and
That's-
We all do.
then that was it for their little like spotlight presentation that they did. But then throughout the day they were releasing like discussion videos and like random trailers here and there, and they released 2 3DS game trailers, which were pretty surprising to me. There's a where is it at here? Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, which is a remake of the original GBA game with some added things in. But some people saw that coming because there was a leak of it not too long ago. But I watched the trailer, and that's not too bad. It looks, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
By the looks of it, because of how short it is, I think they added that Bowser's Minion. It shows a little bit of backstory to, because throughout, Mario and Luigi's adventures in the Bean Kingdom, you also see clips of them running into Bowser's minions, trying to find out where he's gone and trying to save him.
Well, I mean, we don't spoil stuff.
Well, no, I'm not. But
Don't spoil an old game, Wes. You are spoiling things.
Are we all in agreement that Mario is still a bully?
Of
Yeah,
course.
he's an a-hole. So, and then they showed off a little trailer for a 3DS game, another Metroid title, Samus Returns, and it's a 2D side scroller, and it looks really good. Got like cinematic cutscenes and shit in it. Kind of excited for that one. And
That realistic Mario hair.
so yeah, overall today, if they announce anything else before the overall video that we're doing this Saturday, which will be up on Sunday then, we will. I'll definitely talk about it then, because Nintendo does their E3 weird now since last year. But the Metroid has like a really cool special edition
Cool.
where it includes a physical copy of the game, a sound selection CD featuring 25 tracks from the Metroid franchise, and of course like a reversible thing for the case.
Cool.
Two amiibo for the game are being released too. There's Samus and a little Metroid guy. He's like coming out of the tube, and I think Samus Returns was the title of the second game in the series. So I think they remade it. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that because I honestly do not know for sure.
Mario, Bowser, and Wedding Peach amiibos. That looks of it.
I'm not signed in, that's why. Oh yeah, there's a couple Mario Odyssey amiibo where they're in like the wedding attire from the trailer. I mean,
New Fire Emblem amiibos.
no, those are the same ones they announced from before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, actually no, those are Chrom and Tiki amiibo from Fire Emblem Warriors. So those are for Fire Emblem Warriors. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Whatever, man. Yeah, there's just it seems a little lackluster if you're not a Nintendo fan. But to me, Nintendo definitely took the cake in terms of things that excited me. Things that got me like, oh man, I can't wait to play that, or things along that. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Nobody's giving me any input here.
Oh, I was like thinking about it, and I kind of like I know you want to do a summarizing episode here, but I was thinking about it, and I kind of wanted to discuss where the three giants of gaming kind of stand at this point.
Um,
How do you mean? Because in my opinion, Nintendo is, if we're gonna use the analogy of giants, Nintendo is the old one, has been around for the longest, has put out
Yeah,
a
well,
lot
Nintendo,
of,
yeah, Nintendo's definitely the
has-
ancient,
19.
and
has
each
put out a lot of the, they
each
put out
of
a
the
lot
three-
of solid games.
yeah, each of the three giant companies has their preferred target audience. I'll totally give you that. Like Nintendo is geared towards a specific audience, Xbox is geared towards a specific audience, Sony is as well. But what I mean is like where they stand now as of E3. Like if we could talk projected sales, who do you think? Like because I know console wars haven't been a
Nintendo.
thing.
Nintendo is going to be a big thing because actually with the console wars, there's still very much a console war. There's still very much people going.
Oh
that
yeah,
are diehard
absolutely. There's a console war.
Microsoft fans and
Always will be.
diehard Sony fans, or diehard Sony fans, but the people that are diehard Xbox fans are also Nintendo fans, and people that are diehard Sony fans are also Nintendo fans. And the way I look at it is, it's going to be the same thing as it was with the Wii and the Wii U. They're going to have sales.
Do you
all
think
across
this
the
will
board.
be? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think this will be a resurgence of Nintendo's economy though? Because I know the Wii U, which is why you saw production problems here in the beginning of the Switch's release. The Wii U did not sell. It just simply didn't. People were not interested in it, and those that were kind of, were disappointed.
so
Well,
I
see,
can
that's the
honestly
thing,
tell
is
you,
the
I have
Switch-
not
the
read a
Switch
single
changes the
good
game.
review for the Wii U.
The
Oh yeah,
Switch
no, I
changes the
agree
game.
completely.
I mean, you have one,
okay.
I have one,
So basically,
so
Oh yeah, it's
I'm out.
excellent. I love the console.
So, the console itself, and I hate to say it, but because there's so little 3DS things being announced or talked about or anything, they're gonna try and start phasing it out. I think. They're gonna try and go all Switch.
I thought it was already on the outs.
No, they're still
I
making.
mean, I
games.
haven't heard of any
Not
good
making
titles.
Well,
too many 3D.
with the Switch,
Developers-
with the Switch, you technically have a home console and a handheld.
Right,
Yeah.
but
Oh, absolutely.
yes,
I mean, granted, it's not as portable as the 3DS,
you can't just shove it
but like
in
you can't
pocket
stick it in your
and
back
go.
pocket. Yeah, you can't shove it in your pocket. You gotta have a case with it and whatnot. So it's a little more so, but at the same time, you've got
Actually, I
better
beg to differ with
better
that
quality
statement.
games.
What,
better-
Steve? What?
The fact that you can't just, I mean, yeah, you probably can't jam it in your pocket, but I did watch a guy, he took the Zelda 3DS case and he fashioned it to fit his Switch.
Right, but that's not your pocket.
True.
It's not the it's
Still,
like I
it's
said, you can't
making
fold
it-
up, put it in your pocket. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
it's still portable. Like you can still have it portable, but
Yeah.
it's not.
It's a good way to put
So
it away if
that's
you have
something
to.
that's yeah, that's something that's I suppose that you're looking games. Like
yeah,
you can never have Breath of the Wild on the 3DS.
of
Oh, no.
course not.
My
Well,
God.
and that's something I wanted to say about the 3DS too. Is that I think the tech of the 3DS was a little too ahead of its time for developers, because developers, at least from what I've seen of it, did not make good use of it.
Okay, here's
Plain
another.
and simple.
In my opinion, on just in that whole thing, you don't have to make it a 3D game, and a lot of them didn't. There was a lot of just plain not 3D games on the 3DS. Because let's all be honest, 3D was a gimmick, and when the 3DS came out, that gimmick was alive and thriving, and it's kind of died out since
It's
then.
a dying medium.
I never used the 3D version on my DS. It's always off. It freaking hurts my eyes.
I
A lot of people
understand
have that
the
problem.
point that you don't have to make it a 3D game, but if you're making a game for a 3D console, you should at least try to implement that feature in one way, shape, or form. And there were a lot of 3DS games that released that simply didn't.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorite games that I would have felt could have done well if they had added a little bit of the 3D in there was the Final Fantasy Explorers. I know it got a lot of bad reviews.
Okay,
and people
also,
didn't,
that was
enjoy
near-
the game for what it was.
That was near the end of the. That's more recent, right? Anything? Yeah, it's
I'm
more
not
recent.
sure.
It came out in the last year or two. Anything that's been in the last year or two hasn't been 3D. Even some main series Nintendo titles haven't been 3D.
But that still
Pokemon
drives
Sun
the
and
point
Moon?
home nonetheless.
Sun and Moon didn't have any except for in the battles.
And well, no, the
It
battles
still
weren't 3D.
it still
No,
drives
fine.
Trevor's
It was-
point home
Okay,
nonetheless.
yeah.
It was only the Poke Finder.
I was gonna say, was it in battle? Because as
No,
far
you're
as I
right.
remember, it was
No, it
not
wasn't.
in battle.
You're right.
Yeah, they did
And that's
away with the
that's
3D
what killed
battles
me.
in
I was thinking X and Y.
Omega Ruby. And
It
Sapphire.
doesn't look too different anyway.
No, it doesn't. And I for a handheld, they made use of, I'd say 95% of the tech at their hands. But then they said, "Oh yeah, hey, by the way, there's that 3D functionality. You want to do anything with that?" And Dev said, "No, not really."
To me,
No,
the
we
3D
good.
feature was great for some games, but some of the games I've seen, it's just like, why even bother making it in 3D when it didn't do anything? Because there were. A
Did
couple
anyone
games-
play Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
That looked really good.
The 3D in that was impeccable.
Oh my god,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
The
I
Zelda
I
games.
loved it. I loved that the whole game was like, yes. Oh my god,
Especially
yes. Majora's
Link
Mask and
Between
Ocarina
Worlds.
of Time? Yes. They were amazing in 3D.
Yep. Now, Link Between Worlds,
I wanted to see
Did it.
more.
good too. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's why they brought the 2DS out. The new 2DS that's launching in July next month. I'm picking one up because my 3DS got bricked because I'm an idiot, and
I'm picking one up too, just because mine's.
it
on the
has
dying
all
end.
the same stuff as the new 3DS has, except it doesn't have 3D. So
Fuck it. I mean, I don't see them making very many 3D games anymore.
they're like, yeah, they're not going to.
Exactly. Like, it's. Like you said, it's a dying media. I mean, it's been done to death, and. Whoop-de-damn-do. It's 3D, big deal. I mean, they had their fun with it.
Well, see, no, it's not really so much that because some games really thrived because of it.
Yeah, true.
Some games were built around it, like the Mario 3D World, or 3D Land, or whatever the fuck that
Yeah,
one
it was
was.
3D Land. 3D World was the Wii U.
Who cares? Honestly,
It's in 3.
yeah, it was.
Graphics wise.
Which one are you talking about?
The one on the Wii U.
Oh, well, they were just going off the whole name convention thing there.
I know.
I don't know. I'm sad to see it die because I really do like my 3DS. If they're gonna kill it off, here's my thing. If they're gonna kill it off, and they create a new virtual console, let me transfer my current virtual console games over. Do not make me pay for the same games again.
Yep. I agree with you there.
Nintendo's really bad at that.
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself again.
They've always
No,
been a
I
little
heard
bad
you.
at
It's the thing is like Nintendo is killing itself essentially. It's killing off the handheld with the Switch.
Yeah, I know.
So and I know they're gonna whip out a virtual console for the Switch.
Yeah,
so
they've already
it's
talked
like
about it.
so it's like a matter of time at this point, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
What is that game about?
So, any other things you wish to talk about?
As like Trevor was trying to discuss before we got on the 3DS tangent. As all three, this is why I think Nintendo is going to get it, because okay, hang on, let me gather my thought here. This is because they already dominate the handheld market. They already like the Vita did not succeed because the 3DS exists. The PSP did not succeed because the Nintendo DS slash GBA existed, or exists still. Nintendo has always dominated the handheld market. So now that they have a console that you can also take on the go with you, and it does HD graphics, and it does online play, and you know all that, that's almost a guaranteed like win in their book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, you're still gonna have people who, you're still gonna have people who are going to be Xbox and PlayStation fanboys who will not touch a Nintendo console because it's for children or whatever they think.
Well, it is geared towards children, though.
It is. You're right. But Nintendo's always been a
It's.
family-friendly company.
I shouldn't say that. Right,
It's
that's actually
family.
what I was going to change my statement to. It's a family console. It's something that you put in the living room of a four-person family household. The kids can get on and enjoy it. The adults can get on and enjoy it.
PlayStation and
So it's-
Xbox are definitely geared more towards hardcore gamers, whereas Nintendo's just like, "Hey, Grandma, you want to play this game with me? I don't know what video games are."
Sure. Let's pull. Okay.
And she
Just
kicks your
imagine,
ass
you
out.
know, we'll be telling our kids, back in my day, we only had 2 joysticks.
I hope it never
Next thing you
gets
know,
more
there's
than
like
2 joysticks.
7,000.
I
You
mean,
have to
have
put
you seen
joysticks
some of the
all over your
concept
body.
controllers that are out there?
No, because they're probably ridiculous.
Well,
I don't even.
In all seriousness, we'll actually say, well, back in my day, we had to use a controller.
Yeah.
Because controllers are going to get phased out.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty soon
the,
we will be the controllers.
If I wanted to masturbate,
Yeah.
I had to get on and use my hand.
Okay.
I didn't have no sex
We're done
box.
here. Oh,
Alright.
we're done here.
No, we're not.
Called the sex box. Sex box X.
The Sex Box X.
No,
It's my
Oh,
sex
right.
box,
XXX.
and her name is Sony.
No, its name is Microsoft.
The
Get
sex,
it?
The,
The
sex,
Sex Box X.
The sex box XXX.
Don't even.
It virtually
I hate all
displays
of
your
you.
porn on the
Xbox
ceiling.
X already has 3 X's in it. Do you think it'll be the top
You know what
console
I
for
think-
porn?
You,
Oh,
you know what I
God.
think is really funny? If you abbreviate Xbox One X
It's
in the
Xbox.
classic fashion, yeah, it's Xbox.
They did that on purpose.
Oh, I know they did. I love that. I love that that's still there.
Did you see the price point for the season pass for Breath of the Wild?
50.
When it showed up, it said $19.99.
That's for. Is it for the whole season pass?
Well, I don't know if it's for the whole season pass, but for those 2 DLC packs that they announced, it was $20, which ain't a bad
It'd be
deal.
really great if Nintendo aimed on the cheaper side of gaming, because that will definitely steal up some fans.
Oh my God, yeah.
Breath of the
It gets really
Wild.
old paying $50, $60
Oh God,
for a
yeah.
season pass for a game you're not even sure that you're gonna play that long.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. $20.
Boom.
Wow.
That's fucking
That's
Well done,
amazing.
something
Nintendo.
that's something that we talked about. No, we didn't talk about this yet because it wasn't even part of any of the main conferences. When EA showed off Battlefront 2, they said all the DLC will be free, all of it.
And that is insane.
Don't buy. You don't.
I
have to buy
think that's an attempt. I think it's an attempt to fix that problem.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's an attempt to make up for the horribleness that is Battlefront.
They made that
Honestly, to be,
can of worms.
I'm excited. I don't play shooters. I don't play games online with people who are potentially going to be a lot better than me. So, especially games like those, because I don't like losing and I get frustrated really easy when it comes to those sorts of things. But I actually really want to pick up Battlefront 2. It looks really good. That's happening right now.
Your computer's freaking out.
No, it's just I'm trying to put something in a folder and it's opening all the folders.
All the folder.
Okay, yeah, open that. That's what I wanted.
You were having some issues over there, aren't you?
No, we're good now. So we'll talk about overall what we think. We'll talk about the overall stuff here on Saturday. It would work so much better if we all had a day off together, but whatever.
Can't get everything in life.
In the last, here's another just broad statement question, which I mean we should say for the overall, but whatever. In the last, we'll say 2 to 3 years, including this one, what was your favorite E3?
This is the first E3 I've watched in that long, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after Microsoft's absolute and utter failure at the Xbox One E3, I kind of fell off of it. I really didn't care anymore. I was like, you know what? Watching it, they're so bad at explaining sales points and putting their vision forward on a stage of that caliber. I'll just wait until it comes out and, read reviews.
They've changed up their game on the way they do things in the last few years. Nintendo especially. Nintendo used to do an actual presentation. Now they can't even muster a whole hour of content. They just give you like a half-hour sizzle reel, basically.
I think that speaks to the state of the company, though. Like they've been kind of struggling the last few
not
years.
even that. They're not willing. They're not showing off anything long term. They're just showing off things that are releasing early 2018 and later this year. They're not showing off anything that's long term, like far off. And I think that's because honestly, I have no idea why.
I feel like they're doing it because they don't want to put a product out or say they're going to put a product out and then get all their fans' hopes up and then have, a steaming pile of shit drop.
Or
where everyone's
just
like
gets canceled.
Yeah, like, I mean,
let's be honest.
I think after the No Man's Sky
Exactly,
upset, a lot
No
of
Man's
developers
Sky.
are starting to do that now. Yeah. After No Man's Sky, a lot of developers have gone under lock and key.
It's like, oh, you've got multiplayer drops. No multiplayer.
Well,
Like,
it's there. It's just not there.
But
It's
No,
weird.
the multiplayer is there. in No
Kinda,
Man's
sorta, but
Sky,
not really.
But it's impossible to get to your friends.
yeah,
Is what it is.
they should have marketed
Impossible is
that.
the wrong word. Improbable.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm on a billion planet. I'm on a planet a billion planets away. Come find me. Yeah, okay.
They didn't. I don't know.
Essentially.
There are a few things that Nintendo didn't get to that I'm really kind of disappointed we didn't see, such as a new Animal Crossing for Switch,
Yeah, they said something
Um,
about it.
Smash for Switch.
I feel.
They didn't say anything about
Yeah,
it.
that would have been a good release.
I could have swore I read an article stating that the Animal Crossing might have been a topic, but
It might have been.
Yeah.
People have been speculating about E3 for the last 2 months.
true.
And things have gotten leaked, and I tried to stay away from most of the leaks, and I did. I did pretty well. I was pleasantly surprised by most of E3 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still going. They're still showing things off at E3 every day until I think the 15th. I think
That's the final day.
I think the 15th is the final day. So there's like game trailers dropping here and there.
And then they've got all that hands-on shit that they're doing with everything.
Well, shit. Well, they do that every year, but
Yeah.
which is why I don't think Nintendo's done. I think they're gonna release a couple more things throughout the next couple days because they did that last year too. Nintendo last year was not as good as it was this year. They showed some Breath of the Wild and they showed Pokemon Sun and Moon, which were 2 very hyped up titles. Everybody was excited for them, but we knew about them already, and that's all they brought with them. That's all they brought.
Mm-hmm.
Games I'm looking forward to in the foreseeable future for Switch include the Mario game, Pokken Tournament, Metroid. That's 2018. I'm saying like this year still.
Okay. What about Splatoon?
Yeah, definitely Splatoon. See, and a lot of the stuff that's coming out on Switch is if it's not a single player like take it on the go kind of thing.
It's multiplayer.
It's a multiplayer game. There's a lot of multiplayer on the Switch.
I think that's one thing that Nintendo's actually doing.
And a lot of the multiplayer on the Switch supports that, like, flick off the two Joy-Cons, hand one to your friend, and play it that way.
I think they finally nailed multiplayer
Well,
games.
see, what they're doing is they're trying to bring back the sit down on your couch and play with a friend thing. And
Yeah.
that's been lacking in gaming for probably about 10 years.
True. I mean,
I haven't sat down.
There
and-
are some.
last time
There are a lot
we-
of games that do that though, but there's also. Oh, excuse me. There's a lot of games that do that whole sit down couch play thing. Is what it's called. However, a lot of games focus just that.
that's
Because
what-
you can go the other side of it, like that Get Out or whatever that Prison Break game is. It's split screen. It's meant to be sitting down on your couch
Well,
with a
you-
friend
you
and
can
do it
also
that
do
way.
it over-
But you
over
can
online.
do it over online. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like
It's weird though
like
how you can
Marvel
keep both
Legos and like the Lego games are notorious for that. You can't play them online. You have to be right there to play with your
Right,
friends.
but I'm saying in general, gaming has drifted away from couch play. It's more, well, if you don't have friends that like to come to your house, or you don't have friends in general, you get to play with random strangers online.
Yay.
You fucking loser.
you realize we've gotten off the topic of the Nintendo release and onto the finer points of console and online play, right?
Yeah, we kind of went off the topic a little while ago, but it's fine.
It's a podcast.
It's valid discussion though, because at the end of the day, the whole E3 thing is to
Get
show you
people
what the
excited.
companies are up to. Yeah, and get you excited for the coming year in the electronics world.
I think the last full
And
E3
the
I
three major
watched,
players.
they sold
You know
the
what's really
shit out
cool?
of it this year.
We get E3 this year, and I'm pretty sure it's coming very, very soon. It's still this month. Comic-Con, the biggest Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, is coming very soon. So not only do we have all this game news, we're getting all this nerd comic and like other nerd news coming very, very soon as well. June's a good month to be a nerd.
I'm not sure your listeners will like being called nerds, Chris.
So what?
We're nerds. Fuck off.
They're aware of it already. It's okay.
You're not aware that you're a nerd, then there's something you're doing wrong.
As I say, has that? I mean, growing up, it wasn't okay to be a nerd. These days, it's considered cool, so I'm down with it.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, see, the last
which is
full E3
fascinating
I
to me because
watched...
I got bullied for it.
Oh, shit. That was when you were living with me at the time. Because it was when
Oh.
Black Flag came out. It was either Black Flag or Assassin's Creed 3. It was the last full E3 I watched. From, like, start to finish. And I've seen bits and pieces from all the other E3s throughout the year, but this one... I mean, yeah, I wasn't a little excited at the beginning of the Xbox one, but overall, E3 kind of really kicked some serious ass this year.
We'll get into the overall stuff here this weekend, and we'll have more people's opinions. And I think it's going to be great. We're probably going to have some super differing opinions where we have some people kind of bashing on some of the stuff other people like. But
That'll happen.
that's what discussions are about. We can't get mad and call them mean names like I probably will. Because, I tend to jump
Just-
off the handle and do that.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Yes,
did-
yes,
I
you
didn't-
do.
I did nothing of the sort yesterday. Prove it.
I can't.
So we're going to wrap things up because I don't think anybody else is listening. Or, nobody's listening. Whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Bye.